One, two, one, two, three.
That's a long darn way to run up a darn lock nut on that bolt. I think what was happening, I think this side was up too high and it was binding up the shaft. There's a shaft, so square shaft runs all the way through there. Comes out right there. But I think what it was doing, it was when I put these draw bolts right here, I think what it was doing is it was pulling up too high, causing it to bind. That side over there it spins real good. And this one does too now, but I got everything loose. So what I'm gonna do is I put these spacers right here. That's right. If they're holding a bolt in place, they're called washers. If not, they're called spacers. I have spoken, like the Mandalorian. I have spoken. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tighten these up and put the bolts on that one too. And yeah, tighten it up. And then once I get all the bolts tightened up here, I'm gonna continue to turn it and tighten up every one of the little smaller 1/2-inch bolts. Right there, the little green ones. There and there. I'll tighten them up if I need to put a spacer in between here to loosen it back up or something like that. I've got plenty of spacers for that as well. So I'm gonna tighten them up just one at a time and just kind of see. All right, I'll have y'all know that I just carried it up and down the field one time and back, and that son of a gun turns like a top. What I had to wind up doing was put 2 little washers right in there. Let me see, move my finger out the darn way. 2 little washers right there to kind of straighten that bracket up on the outside. That's all it took. All that crap, all that other shimming and stuff I was doing yesterday didn't do anything for it. And I noticed that bracket was a little crooked. So I put 2 washers on the inside of that sucker right there, and that thing just runs like a top. Backside still washes out, but but the front side here, the cutting side, it turns just like it's supposed to. So I'm real pleased and happy with that right there. I filled it up full of grease, run it up and down. I'm gonna fill it up full of grease again. All right, like I said last week, I come over here to look at the farm. Hunting season's over, turkey season's over with, so we can come back over here and look for some places to put some trail camera, game camera. I still call it the farm because my wife's daddy my father-in-law used to farm it. This used to be his farmland over here, and we just always called it the farm, so calling it the farm still. But anyway, we lease it out during hunting season, and turkey season's over with, so shouldn't be anybody back over here for another 5 months, I think. They don't even start coming over here putting food plots out till September. So by then I'll be back in gin season, so we're gonna come back over here and see what we can see. Doesn't seem right without Prissy though. Prissy passed away the week after Christmas. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but she passed away a week after Christmas, and we back down to 1 dog now, so it doesn't feel right coming over here without her. But usually I have to stop back there at the paved road and let her out, and then I follow her back through. I would follow her back through here. She loved it over here. Matter of fact, she's buried right here, going through the gate right here. She's buried right there close to the gate, because she used to love it back here, man. She'd come back here all the time. She loved it back here. She loved to run and jump and play, have her big time. But anyway, we're gonna go back here and look at these back fields. I know what's over here. I just want to see what's in the back. Well, this looks good. I have to admit, this wash right here used to be right there, and you see there's a road coming right up here. So they've diverted, the hunters, I guess who it is, come over here and diverted a lot of water over this way so you can drive up here without any problem. I mean, this looks really good actually. So that's what that wash right there is. See that ditch? They made that ditch right there. Come right down through here and it washes down there to the creek. Creek is right there. So yeah, this looks really good. I'm pleased with it. I ain't gotta hug the line or anything. I can drive straight through and no problem. They did good. You look right there. That's a darn bird's nest right there in that little washout. This is the washout that I was telling you about. A little bird's nest right there. Man, they make a nest anywhere, won't they? I seen the bird fly out from in here. I was like, what in the world? I looked in here and there he is. There it was. There's the nest. See, right down there, I had a camera down there last year. I don't think I'm gonna put one there this year. I'm gonna put one back up that way a little bit, I think. So back up that way. That way. Have one there. I just don't like to put them in the same place year after year after year. So we're I won't put one down there. I'd like to put one in the pine thicket behind me. Here, I'll show y'all when we get over there. See right in there, I don't know if y'all can tell, right in there, there's a clearing. I don't know how much of a clearing it is, but there's a clearing right in there. It's the little pine thicket. Another pine thicket. I got a ton of pine thickets over here. There's a little clearing right in there, but I don't know if I can get anything in there or not, clean it up. I ain't found a good way back in there yet, but I'm gonna sniff around and see. Well, there's the little open place I was talking about. They had cut a road back here behind me, but it's a little trail. But this is somewhere I've never been back in here this deep before. So they cut this out pretty good. Yeah, I like this. There's another little clearing right there, but I hadn't been over there yet. But this is the little clear spot that I was just talking about. This is neat. Right here in the middle of the pine thicket, surrounded by pines. Surrounded, so I can see got several good trees to put a camera on right there. One right here, there. I mean, there's several good trees. They're all pine trees, but pine trees, they sway a lot, which means the camera sways with them. But yeah, this is kind of neat. I have to keep this in mind. Now here's the feeder that I was using last year. It's dang sure seen better days, I can promise you that. I like the idea though, so I'm gonna probably make another one and set it up somewhere. Because like I said, I like that idea, but yeah, this is the one that I used last year. It fell over, storm got it, blew it over, broke one of the legs. I propped it up against that tree right there and it did pretty good after that. So, yeah. This is a little creek over here. I had to put a little bridge over here a couple years ago to kind of make a little pallet that I could drive over, but shoot, it looks good over here now. Prissy used to come back over here and jump in that water and get her a belly full, and then she'd roll around in it and cool herself off. It's a cool, I think I got one of my episodes, one of the thumbnails is of her standing in this little creek or branch or whatever you want to call it. Well, since we've been talking about Prissy, that's where she's buried right there. She used to love it over here, and that's where we put her right there. I come over here with my tractor and dug out a hole pretty deep and put the rocks and the border around it, and it's been holding pretty good. But that's where she's at. Like I said, she loved it over here. Even when my father-in-law was alive, she'd come over here with him all the time. And she'd ride over here, but she never wanted to ride back. She wanted to walk or run back. She just liked it that much. So anyway, that's where she's at. Y'all, it is so dusty out here and dry. This is the little food plot that I had down here on the light line down there. You see there's the power line right there. Anyway, I put the corn back in the trough. Something had been eating on it pretty good. But yeah, I run this harrow over this. This looks pretty good down here now. Nice and cleaned up. Run some kind of, not a rake. What do you call them out? A smoother outer thingy. What is that thing called? Anyway, kind of smooth this, get the lumps out of it. And this should be ready to plant. I'm probably gonna put some peas down here, I think. Just some old cow peas or something. But anyway, we'll put something down here.